one and sleep. Not sure, guys, if the battery's going to last. It was on pretty low when I hit the live button. I don't know why the chargers don't seem to be working. I don't think this charger's charging it either. But I had an internet connection. The VPN seemed to connect. The sun's coming up. It's 6 a.m. No, it's not. It's 5 a.m. in Twilight Zone Old Peking. Welcome, wizard, warrior, wanderer, wayfarer, and wildcat alike. If it's your first time, don't let it be your last time. Tune in daily to get you that kung fu swing. Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon. Guys, you want to have a look? Let's have a look. Boom. Oh, yeah. There is the CCTV building, aka the big underpants, aka the squatter, aka the man squatting down to take a shit, aka propaganda headquarters, aka whatever you like. Old Tartaria, guys. The Tartarian kingdom of old Beiping. Yeah, this place used to be called Beiping. Then it got changed to Beijing. I don't think it actually took the Beijing name until pretty late in the game. Um, During the Qing Dynasty, it was Beiping, and then I believe when the Republic of China, uh, under Sun Yat-sen, made the capital of old China in Nanjing. That's officially when they started using Jing. So that would be like what, 1934? About the time that Nicholas Roerich was here. This is yeah, this isn't set up correctly. Hey, Mary at Sea Levels out there in Happy Land. How you doing, Mary? I've been watching your gardening. Um, it's looking nice, man. Owen's here too. Wow, fantastic. Fascinating. I can't figure this camera mount out this morning, man. I'm in the uh I'm in the SUV, my wife's car, right? My car, but the car my wife drives every day because she loves it. Because it's got a V6 and leather interior and it's big, and she could storm around the city like a badass in the beast. It's a nice car, I like it, but I wouldn't drive it every day because it sucks down the gas. You push on the gas pedal, man, and the gas meter goes down. Yeah. So bummer with this camera mount, man. You guys are just gonna have to have a poor angle. What are you guys doing out in Happy Land? Have you been researching Tartaria or looking into the paintings of Nicholas Roerich? Oh shit, I'm doing 100. It's so easy to start getting up to like 150 in this car. Kilometers. I don't know if in Canada, do you guys use the metric system or the imperial system? The Roman system of inches and feet, or the worldwide hundred round hundred system? I think that you guys, because Canadians are like pseudo Europeans, I think they probably use the metric system. Eh? Eh? What's it all about up in Canada? Canuckians. You Canuckians. I know you guys are up to no good up there, hiding out in your wooden cabins, commiserating with Sasquatch, growing your kind bud. I know you're up to something, you Canadian folks, with your, what was that? Posers? Strange brew. Whoa, what the fuck? There's some dude just stopping in the, that's crazy talk. Stopping in the, There's a police officer stopping us here at the entrance. Hi. I'm gonna throw all my hazards. Not sure why he's stopping us. You guys want to have a look at a Chinese police officer stopping me? Woohoo! Party time. He's not stopping me. He's stopping all of the oncoming traffic. Not exactly sure why. I probably shouldn't film him though. He might not appreciate that. He might be like, "Motherfucker, don't be filming me." Yeah, eat the weed. I agree with that. I'm glad I got my seatbelt on. This is unusual. I've never seen this before. Maybe there's some hazardous materials up there. I don't guess I need my hazards on now that there's like 20 cars parked here. I don't even think I have my ID in this car. That's okay. I ain't worried about it. Hoary fuck the cops. Yeah, what are the cops up to? I guess I better put my car in park. So we got a little time to talk then, I guess. If I'm going to be detained by the police officers, I can read the chat. He has a chop strict instead of a baton. Yeah, I know he's got a flight stick. What are those things for getting airplanes, on the runway? Um, you never know what that fucking thing is, though. That thing might be electrified. It might be a taser. Um, I got my red hat back on, 76. So I'm sporting the spirit of 76, which was the spirit of the American Revolution and breaking away from the British Commonwealth. At least it was you know, it was a good idea. Um, from the Department of Hoary Fuck. Yeah, yeah, I know, right? What's going on with that? I know, yeah. I gotta quaff down all my magic mushrooms and snort all my cocaine real quick and smoke my last couple of joints. And then if he comes over the car, I just stuff it in my mouth while it's still on fire. That would be funny, huh? I remember how nervous you used to get when you're a young man and you got like a quarter ounce of weed in your pocket or something, a little envelope of Colombian, and you see the flashing lights, and you're like, "Oh fuck! Hurry up, snort all the coke, guys! Eat the weed. Who's gonna eat the weed? Yeah, stuff this in your fucking mouth." Um, they pull you over, and you're rolling down the windows like Cheech and Chong, and there's just billowing clouds of um weed coming out the windows. Maybe I should check the map and see if there's some indication on the map that the fucking road is turned off. Good God, man. And here I thought I was way ahead of the eight ball. And the thing was, like, the guy right before me got on to the highway and then boom, stopped. And he's giving us all a shit look, too. I mean, you got to realize, though, like, standing out doing fucking road traffic all day long, that's a shit fucking job, huh? Just breathing exhaust and um, not doing shit. I wonder what the fuck, man. That's why I said eat the weed. Yeah, I saw that. You're smart. You know what's up. You see the coppers, it's time to eat the weed. Used to be anyway. These days doesn't really matter. The US and Canada have relaxed their anal retentive control of people alternating their consciousness a little bit with some grass. Oh my God. Come on, guys. Really? Uh, as if grass ever hurt anybody. It's competition for the farmies, for the big pharma. Um, Stick it up your butt. Yeah, that's the way to go if you're smart, right? Drop your pants, shove this up your ass real quick, and you're like, "What's that?" Oh, just nothing. Just shut up and turn around. Give me a fistful of that KY. I'm going deep. I'm gonna shove this bag of goodies up your bunghole. Um, that's cute. You're smart, Owen. Owen, it's a long time no see, man. How the hell you been, bro? I was thinking about you the other day in the Discord, and I'm the only one. Mary's the only one that's responded to any of my things in the Discord in the last couple of months.
And I thought, man, Ian used to be in here. Owen used to be in here having fucking fun, tearing shit up, and having a good old time. And I said, I miss that fucking beautiful bearded bastard. And I remember you said you felt like it wasn't your scene to hang out in the Discord. You went to Mary's Discord, okay? Yeah, yeah. I've kind of felt like Mary's a bit of a perpetrator. You know, she just comes in to funnel people over to her channel and to steal all the cool people, which is clever. You know, I did that on DJs. I think I originally lured you guys over from coast to coast, right? Is that how we all met? This is the old Frank Monday perpetrating on coast to coast chat first thing in the morning, telling people, "Hey, why don't you guys come over and sub Frank Monday?" The infiltrator. Um, they have suppositories of cannibals. Oh, cannabis. It's for people with rectal and lower body. Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah. Sticking cannabinoids up your bunghole sounds like the way to go. Um, yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, she bullied herself into. No, yeah, I mean, Mary seems to be a natural gardener and witchy type mystic herbal um, practitioner of the finer arts. I'd love to hang out with Mary, man, and maybe not so much her old man. I don't really know him. She hasn't talked a lot about him, but a little bit. She's exposed a little bit of her old man, but he's probably a cool dude. I don't know though, Mary, does your old man get it? Like typically in a relationship, it may or may not be that both people are on the same page spiritually. Like my old lady, she pretended, my wife, when she was my girlfriend, when we first met, she pretended to be all interested into all kinds of spiritual, witchy things because I had mentioned it. And like when I mentioned Tao, then she's pretending to be all into ancient Chinese Taoism. Oh yeah, I know Lao Tzu and the Tao Te Ching and all of that. That stuff's great, right? And she was really, really clever. Like anything I was interested in, she feigned interest, right? But then, like, we dated for a couple of years, and she was pretty good at like pulling shit up and feigning interest. And then once we got married, like, the facade fell away, and it turns out that she was not really spiritually inclined, or she is like I don't know. How do you say it? Let me see. She is on like a superficial level and somehow like a superstitious level too. Like she claims rock hard um belief in the typical mainstream scientific materialistic rhetoric, but then at the same time she has like a ton of superstitious tendencies, like, that are spiritually related, and will, like, out of nowhere say some crazy wives tale shit, and I'm like, really, you believe that? And I challenge her why she would say something like that, like, um and I'll know, like, the deep seated historic perspective on why that may or may not be true, from like the ancient spiritual teachings and stuff like that. And she'll just have it as like a wives' tale that's kind of ingrained in her from, thousands of years of Chinese thinking and feeling this way. And so I'll laugh at her and play with her, and then I'll be like devil's advocate. I'll like rally against it, and I'll say that's superstition. You're so full of shit. Blah blah blah. But then the whole time internally, I'm proud of her for the fact that she has that knowledge to begin with. That she knows, like, like for feng shui, for example, like certain directions in the house or the placement of the mirror. She's like, "Oh, we got to move the mirror on the new apartment. It can't be there. Blah blah blah. It'll reflect your spirit, or drive away good fortune, or bring in ghosts, or something like that." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm like, "What do you know about ghosts?" I'm in here, in meditation, summoning demons more fierce than all in hell, and you're worried about a little wandering ghost. I'm like, bro, just hand me my peachwood sword. I'll force it into a gourd, and tie it up in the dungeon and make it brew some some lofty alchemical elixir for me. And she just has some like I said, some superficial understanding of it. Whereas I like to think of myself as a great magician. Well, not as a great magician, but as at least a practitioner. Yeah, it is a good. I think you're right. It is a good balance. And that's what I think relationships are. They produce that productive growth. See, the fucked up thing about these guys blocking us right here is we have no options at this point. It's like if they would have blocked the other entrance back there at the other side of the bridge, if they would have just fucking thought about it and got over there and blocked, then none of this traffic would be piling up here right now. It could all be refunneled in a different. Oh, wow. There's a, let me see if I can catch it. It's a parade going by. So maybe this is probably the president of China going by right now, guys. I'm connected right now with the main road of what is called Heavenly Peace Avenue, Chang'anjie. I'm surprised they haven't even blocked the transmissions out of here. But there's a presidential motorcade going by, so they're headed down. And I especially should not film it because he's giving me a fucking funny look. But yeah, maybe they're going down to pick up Hunter Biden or something at the airport, and so they're sending out the parade cars, probably big bag of crack rocks and some young prostitutes. No, we don't do. It's funny, Mary, that you should say that because someone asked me about the rainbow flag and the old alphabet deviance group yesterday in class, a high school student. And I told them, I said, I just went into my whole spiel that I think there's two, anytime you say there's two parties or there's two ways to look at it, that's a false dichotomy. So obviously there's a myriad ways to approach any topic, but people organize their thoughts oftentimes into generalities. The Taiji too, the Chinese yin yang symbol, you got left or right. That's a false dichotomy created by the splitting of things into being in the prime material plane, right? Manifesting between heaven and earth. We tend to split things into these false dichotomies, but it's an easier way to approach a subject. If you're coming around a mountain pass and a giant gorilla with a huge banana in his hand jumps out in front of you, you've got binary choices to make. Do I go left or do I go right? Do I head straight at him? Do I run straight back? Is this a monkey that, is this a gorilla that wants to kill me, or is he just having fun with that giant banana he's got? So you do got to make binary choices, and the natural law seems to dictate that we focus into um, choices of yin and yang, male and female, light and dark. This guy's really walking us out right now. Fuck, I wish he'd just get out of the fucking way and let me go on the road. I think I could drive fast enough to catch up with the presidential motorcade. And then I've got this guy, he's trying to get ahead of me. It's like, come on, bro. You're in a fucking huge cargo truck and I'm in a powerful SUV. Why don't you let me go first? But this cop is he's not playing no fucking games, man. He's very serious. I hope he lets me go first because he's in control, uh, or at least the illusion of control. I could run him over. I'm actually the one in control right now. I've got the 3,000 pound beastly vehicle just fucking chomping at the bit, ready to get out of the gate and go. I like to do 150 on this road, but they've got speed cameras. Sometimes I'll take the hit though and just take the ticket. Wow, he's waiting for the call, I guess. You guys want to have a look at how serious he is? This is like a militarized turtle. Turtle Man here. Let's get close up on. Oh man, the iPhone camera is really such a piece of shit, man. I mean, well, this is I don't know if it's any better now. I imagine that this was supposed to be the top of the line high tech camera for the time when I bought this phone, but it's an iPhone 6 and I've been using it for almost 10 years now, I guess. Um, so yeah, he really looks like he looks like a military turtle. That's what he looks like. Like if you could imagine Myrtle the turtle, like did some training and hung out on the street all the time. Callie Karen's here, Happy Land, free gift from God. Good to see you guys, man. I'm just waiting for this guy to give me the signal to give me the checkered flag. Well, no, the checkered flag is when you win. What is the flag they use to start the race, or the firing cap? Um, yeah. So here we go, bowing to the elites, right? The royal family as they get the whole fucking freeway. They can't drive with the plebes, you know. Keep the goddamn peasants out of the way when I drive through, okay? Imagine how much it costs to hire all these dudes to stand around to block traffic and fucking impede everyone's ordinary day. Is it a green flag though that they use? Do they? Seems like they use a white flag to launch the. What do they got? A couple. They got Formula One. They got Indy. They got what's the off-road guys? They use little buggies. That's the really fun one. They do that one in Europe a lot and in Ireland. Yep, the royal family of lizards. You know, do you think social media was made to watch over people as a database of some sort? Um, Frank, I totally forgot because I'm interacting with the road right here, so I forgot what we were talking about. But I was having a fun topic, and yes, that's an open and closed fact, Frank. Frank, Raytheon, DARPA, and all of the other covert military operations in the United States, they're the ones that developed the internet using the intelligentsia of the universities in California, and they created it with the express intention of distributing propaganda and creating dossiers on every living human being on Earth. It's an open and closed. Wow, there's a person on foot out here walking around. Mr. Turtle's yelling. He's like, "Get the fuck back in your car. What's the matter with you? Get on. Get it. Wait you. Get back over there. I'll let you know when it's time to go." You fucking get excited. Some old lady walked, not old lady. She's a Karen. She jumped out of Chinese Karen. I wish she would. She's getting back in her. Oh, he let her. The motherfucker, the cargo guy, got the jump on me because goddamn Karen. I was watching Karen in my mirror.
Get on up out the way, bitch. You guys been missing Frank Monday's old hit single, "Get Out the Way"? You know it, don't you? You want me to sing it for you? Now we got a pace car up here. Some middle-aged dude driving too slow. Yeah, but you know what that means now? The entire road's going to be clear all the way, I would imagine. Wow, dude's already hitting 150 on his electric car. Yeah, I said, get on up out the way. Bitch said, get on up out the way. I said, move y'all big old fat ass out my way, bitch. Because I'm coming through. And I'm moving. And I'm grooving to Frank Monday's hit single, "Get Out the Way." Thank you for tuning in to FM radio and the Frank Monday experience. Yeah, according to what I recall about the situation, yeah, they had blocked all the entrances because the president had to swing through and pick up his buddy, old Hunter. They gonna be getting it, man. Woohoo! Hitting that crack pipe, sucking that glass dick. Uh, yeah, so even like, I mean, it's an open and closed. You don't have to listen to me, and I don't need to pontificate on it. But there's plenty of research on the internet, Frank and Jersey, that yeah, the express intention of the internet was kind of to lure everybody in to the mousetrap. Like, here, kitty, 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 we're gonna make everything free and fun, and you can get all kinds of documents, and then it all just it was all intentionally devised as subterfuge and just gathering data on the, not just the American people, but just globally, like on everyone, creating dossiers and databases to monitor and watch everyone, and doing it for free, like, I mean, not for free, but just direct violation of the Fourth Amendment, and doing it with everybody's consent, creating these TOSs that are so long and riddled with legalese that nobody can understand them, and then just flicking away all of your rights one after another, which actually isn't legal. And obviously it's unconstitutional for them to engage in this kind of behavior, and it's actually technically illegal. They're violating everyone's rights by operating the internet that way, because people can't agree to something they don't understand. You have to be a lawyer in order to be able to even read through a TOS these days. Or you got to be Lewis Rossman, who's got like a high school education, but one of the smartest men on the internet. Do you guys ever listen to Lewis Rossman? He's an amazing individual. You should if you don't. He's fun to listen to. He's a New Yorker, a Bronx kid that really talks a lot of shit about corporations and their breaking of the law. And he holds them to account too. He knows enough about um, legal affairs. I mean, imagine a high school dropout like focusing so hard on the way the corporations are breaking the law that he's got an education better than most legal graduates just from absorbing the information. That's fun to watch. Those are the kind of people you can trust. So yeah, the I call it mug book and boob tube and twatter. So mug book is entirely an NSA FBI endeavor. Zuckerberg was always just a front man, like any of the crime family guys. They're just some dude hanging out as everybody else does illegal shit under their name. So Muckerborg and his mug book operation. I mean, that used to, I don't know if it's anymore. Wikipedia webpage, which is just horse shit and another, intelligence agency apparatus for propaganda of the state. But it was right there. It was just open and close even. And everyone did the research back in the early days of the internet. It was widespread, but they're killing off the internet now. Search engines like Google and Bing and DuckDuckGo, they've funneled everything into four results. Anything you search for now, you'll get the same four results from the same controlled companies, and it'll say billions of returns. But you guys have probably already seen all this information, but it won't go beyond four results reorganized over the first 10 pages. And if you go back as far as like 15 or 20 pages, then everything disappears. And then there's nothing there anymore. The search engines will no longer connect with the broader internet. I mean, some of those web pages from, the mid 90s and the aughts, or the late 90s and the early teens of the new millennium are still there and operated by them, but you'll never be able to find them unless and you already connected with them, a decade or 2 decades ago. The dark internet has been become completely blocked off from humanity, and the ability to search for it. And again, Google anything, you're going to get four results. That's it. Not 4 billion, just four. So you ask Google, you're like, how many entries are there on climate change on the internet? And it's like, I don't know, 4 billion. And you're like, oh wow, so many. Click, click, click. Yeah, did I say 4 billion? I meant four. How about four? I'm bad with numbers. Yeah, so um the gates have shut, all of the gates for access to information is shut. Yeah, that was like Frank. You asked the question. You said was what was the story originally? Yeah, that was always what the intention was. It was they had a game plan spanning hundreds of years on how it's going to operate, and milestones that they would roll out. In the first decade, or after 5 years, what will be happening in this cycle of growth for things, and then the next decade and the 5 year plan for that or whatever. So they have their targets, and but at the same time, that gave people the ability to kind of, fan out and do other things. Yeah, it's bondage. It's another form of slavery over the mind of man. It's stuff that the Constitution of the United States was enshrined by the Tartarian kingdom and the old great ancients, the forefathers of the Spirit of 76, which I like to wear on the old hat. They fought against the demonic control of man, domination, tyranny over the mind of man. It's exactly what it was engineered to do. You can stalk people just using Facebook and other social media and find out lots of info. I call that research, not stalking. It's biosludge like human waste. It's disgusting they use it here. Anyone that hears the story of Risk Flex Channel, how a guy from New York said he was tracked from childhood when he was in the GATE program. Um, no, I don't know about a lot of those folks, but you guys are getting into conspiracy minded stuff that gets channels shut down all the time. So um, feel free to talk about it in the chat, but you should be aware that that's no longer it's no longer allowed to talk about anything really. Freedom of speech has been almost completely eliminated. Um, I did hear Styx Hexenhammer say that he mentioned some things about the old. I can't say anything, man. He Styx Hexenhammer's allowed to talk shit because he's got 2 million subs, you know, and he knows he's figured out some magical incantation of how he can word things without pissing off the algorithms. But I have no fucking idea how to do that. Everything I say gets picked up, and I've only got 500 folks on here, so I don't want to risk my 500 folks to pontificate on things that you can go watch on Styx Hexenhammer. And the thing is with Styx is like he won't focus on it for long. He'll talk about it occasionally, like, and most of his more edgy videos he'll put on BitChute now or Rumble or whatever. But I've said things that he's said before he said them, or maybe after he said them, or both. And I'll get a strike and I'll get shut down for 2 weeks and they'll threaten to close my channel. Whereas he'll just post another 15, 20 videos the same day. And it's like, bro, why? Why are some people allowed to do it and other people aren't? So yeah. I mean, there's plenty of information. Most of it's been purged, but there's plenty of that information out there that nobody needs me to talk about because I really don't know that much about it anyway. It's not what I spend my time focusing on. Um, I focus on my own adaptability and manipulation through the rat race and the labyrinth, as it were, rather than getting involved in you know descriptions of every single little snare and trap along the way. But it's good. That's kind of what we're supposed to do as a community. We're supposed to throw up warning signs as we make our way past traps along the way. We tell other people, hey, look out, there's a pitfall here. There's a stalker, a predator hanging out in the bushes here, in a trench coat, ready to expose himself to you, which it's like, what the fuck? That's what is seeing a penis gonna kill you? The Karens get upset with it. But yeah. When I was a kid, that was like, did you guys ever hear about shit like that? Like, hey, there's some dude down at some guy got caught down at the elementary school in a trench coat, exposing himself to mother and children out in the park. It's like, what kind of fucking weirdo does that? And nowadays, it's like those types of weirdos are just like, they're driven into the preschools to give story time. It's like, oh my god, everything's completely clown world. So Karen said, "What the fuck is Frank talking about?" I hadn't chosen a topic. It's the live drive jive. I just go with the flow of consciousness on the live drive jive archive. I don't do them much anymore because YouTube doesn't appreciate my sense of humor. And if I make a funny joke, then it's just I've had 2 strikes in 1 month, guys, which means if I say or do anything else right now, Frank Monday's gone forever. So um,
That would just mean complete elimination of my persona. I mean, I could reboot it in some other way, and I still have a presence on, like I said, BitChute and Mugbook and um, all the other. So you might may or may not be able to find me if you wanted to, and I don't even know if anybody would want to, but there it is there. And then some of the folks that I've connected with over the years, like you, Mary and Frank and Owen and Callie Karen. If you guys are already in the Discord, then it wouldn't really matter because I would still be connected to you anyway. I could say hi, and if I relaunched a new channel, I could tell you guys about it if you wanted to check me out or whatever. So in the end, it doesn't really matter. But they always want to hang that sword of Damocles over your head, so you feel a bunch of unnecessary anxiety and fear and loathing, about even showing yourself in public. They made everything so superficial in Hollywood, and they're like, if you don't measure up to this tyrannical standard that we've imposed in Hollywood, you know, if you don't fucking drape yourself in the rainbow flag and get on your fucking knees, then you've got no place in the new world order because we're done with you. And it's like there's got to be some resistance to that at some point. But I don't have the power or authority to lead the charge. If I did, I would. All I can do is wear this hat and scream and yell that the U.S. Constitution was the greatest document ever written, and Magna Carta and the whole breaking away from tyranny is the way to go. And like Thomas Jefferson, you should swear on the altar of God to attempt to swear eternal vigilance and aggression against any form of tyranny over the mind of man. And then that's it. And then just get busy doing it. I mean, what else can you do? You could give up. You could go back into your shell and hide out. Yo, 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 give me a yo if you could hear me. I'm gonna have to get back in here and read the chat later today if YouTube keeps it available. Yo, 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 give me a yo if you could still hear me. Yo, yo, yo. I'm gonna have to get back in here and read the chat later today if YouTube allows me to. If this one doesn't get me banned permanently. If this one gets me banned permanently, I'm blaming you guys because I didn't say anything edgy today. Nothing too edgy. Okay, Callie Karen gave me the yo. Thank you for that, Callie Karen. I appreciate that. And I see your guys' videos. I see Callie Karen's videos and Mary's videos. I wish Owen made videos, but Owen doesn't seem to be big into the video making game. He just hangs out in the chat and says cute. Absolutely. JP Farrell time, guys. I'm under the willow tree, and I just can't figure out this camera mount. My wife must have fucked with it. There, that's better. Or break it up. This willow tree that I chose right here. Oh, you got a strike yesterday? Yeah, they're just handing them out left and right, man. Um, they just want to create fear and anxiety in you and make you, walk around on tiptoes, which is just horse shit. It's like, man, they control the algorithm. They make our videos, like me and you, Callie and Mary, invisible to anybody that would want to watch them. Because there's plenty of people out there that would want to tune into the live drive jive daily, and listen to old Frank Monday talking a load of horse shit on his way to work. And if they allowed my spirit to soar unbridled, then I had a ton of fun and singing songs and talking all kinds of shit. And I could be like a miniature Alex Jones and really flourish and thrive and flower into this dynamic conspiracy theorist and talk about all kinds of craziness. And people would enjoy that. It would be very entertaining. And I set my channel to entertainment. and I set my channel to not made for kids, and I set my channel to satire. And if they didn't like anything, they could just go in and block that out and take it out of my video anyway, or they could deep fake me into saying something else. So it's like they've got all the tools out there to have complete 100% top down control. But that's not what it's about. It's about making you feel anxious and luring you in and letting you work for free for their company and build their platform and attract other users to it, right? And to give all your heart and spirit to it, and then to fucking give you the big middle finger and say you're a useless piece of shit, just like they did on Reddit. Reddit is the users of Reddit is the only thing that creates the value for Reddit. And the CEO told the users of Reddit that data doesn't belong to you anymore. All of your posts with your name that you wrote out belong to me. And if you want to delete your channel, if you've got a good, nice Reddit thread that's got a bunch of beautiful writing on it, information for people that gives our platform value, that's no longer yours. Fuck you. People on Reddit have been trying to delete their accounts and remove all of their information because Reddit treats them so bad. And they're like, we built the platform. It's user created content. That's the only thing that gives these servers valuable. That's the only thing that gives these servers value, just like on YouTube, just like on Funny or Die, just like on BitChute or Rumble or any social media, any platform these days. The entire internet is created by we the people, right? By the voice of the people. That's what gives any of those computers storing this data and distribute it any value. You think they're tuning in to watch Biden fall down the stairs of Air Force One? Like, man, people watch that occasionally. It's good for a 10-15 second chuckle at the old demented geriatric retard. But they're tuning in to connect with community. And that's what it's been about from day one. And it's what it'll always be about. You can't remove the human element, replace it with automatons and robots. Everybody can spot that from a mile away. I don't give a fuck how smart you think you get your chat GPT. That's just going to provide service to humanity. It's not going to usurp us. It's not going to replace us. Like they got this whole robot thing going on here in the little suburb that I work in. And last night there was like two of the robot delivery guys stuck in the intersection blocking traffic, and they were like turned off and their lights were, fucked off or whatever. And it's like, that's not bringing any value to us. It's just, they're just trying to lord these things over us and put it in our way. Like when I walked in the grocery store the other day and they had the little broomstick walking around watching everyone. It's like a broomstick on a Roomba, right? Like a vacuum. And it's got like a dozen cameras pointed in every direction. And it's monitoring the shelves and shouting orders to the employees. You know, uh, it's just clown world. How does that bring any value? Um, I work in a city where they're trying to force automation, right? Like they're blocking the use of cash, and you're only allowed to use electronic cash, and they're putting robots, little delivery vehicles out on the road to deliver everything, trying to replace the regular delivery drivers. And then they've got like automated broomsticks on a Roomba with cameras all over them that work in the convenience stores and walk around and watch everyone and tell the employees, like, if I grab a soda, it starts shouting out, "Hey, he grabbed a soda, come replace the soda. He grabbed a soda, he's going to check out, make sure he pays for the soda." you know and it's like, oh my god, the whole world, they're trying to, if this is the blueprint, and this is the blueprint for Black Mirror. It's what's coming down the pike. Here's where they're testing it. Here's where they're developing it. Meanwhile, they're saying, oh yeah, the Chicoms are our enemies. It's like, no, bro. There's a huge international airport where the president's son just landed to come and play with his girlfriends at the five-star resort he built over here. And this is the kind of talk that gets me struck and shut down all the time. So I got to watch it. Um, but yeah, there is no battle. There's only the enslavement of the plebes. Yes, When you tell them to fuck off, it does ban you. But again, I've watched Louis Rossman say it. I've watched Styx Hexenhammer say it. I've watched other big creators that've got, a million, 2 million subs. They told Reddit to fuck off. Lewis exposed the entire Reddit thing. You can listen to the video on his channel. He gives it in very good detail. And maybe they get strikes occasionally too. I think they do. But ultimately, if you have to walk around on eggshells all the time and you're not living. And when you start, or you or me or anybody, when we start kowtowing to authority just because we enjoy connecting with community, I mean, I got 5 people in the chat room. It's like I'm gonna truncate and destroy the spark of the divine in my heart just so I can, have an entertaining conversation on the way to work with 5 people that are fair weather friends. Like, they'll come and go. I think Mary's a diehard friend. Owen, you may or may not be. You kind of gave up on the Discord. It's like once a month, drop by the Discord, guys, and say hello or something. Once a month, leave a comment on a video. It's like I'm giving myself stressed out anxiety and letting all my hair go gray over connecting with folks that once a month won't hit the like button or say hello. Like, you're in the chat room now, and I appreciate that. Believe me, it's the only reason I'm here is to connect with community. But my father called them fair weather friends. They're there when you're at the height of your success, and as soon as you stumble and fall, they're fucking running to the next party. They're like, hey, this guy's out of weed, let's run to the next let's go to the next party, fuck him. um Frank, I consider you to be a sincere and genuine brother, man. You're the only one who's made a deep connection. Mary, you've made a deep connection. Owen, you too, to some extent, but I know you get busy with life, man. But occasionally, guys, leave a comment. Say, hey, fuck you, Frank, or something. Anything to remind me that there's a reason to do it. Because otherwise there isn't. Um, I guess 1 or 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, if that's the extent of my reach for the next 10 years, then it is somehow worth it. Like with you, Frank, the way we've connected, and the fact that you somehow value my advice. I think that if only you, bro, if I do it all and I'm able to somehow have a positive influence on one young man growing up in the world, I think that it's worth it. Yeah, people are people. You're right. Oh no, I hear you, Mary. Definitely, definitely. No, I'm just saying, like, um, it's not hard to do. It's not hard to hit the thumbs up. It's not hard to leave a comment occasionally. I do it. I jump on your channel and leave a comment on some of your shorts or something. And I know you do it. You reciprocate it, Mary. And I'm not trying to give anybody a guilt trip, believe me. But I do it with everyone that I appreciate. Dark Journalist, I'll jump on his videos. But I'm banned on Dark Journalist's channel. I talk too much shit about Gigi, and I got into a huge debate with Gigi over the gray aliens and the astral realm, and so they fucking banned me from their channel. And I was very polite about it, but I did call her some demeaning things. I called her the goddess of woo woo, which is actually, I mean, you could take it either way. It's not that harsh. You could take it as a compliment or you could take it as an insult. It's up to you. I take it as a bit of an insult, the whole YouTube platform. To some extent, I really appreciate it, but to some extent, it's kind of insulting because of the way that the bias, the fact that they'll treat certain groups one way and other groups another way. And I think ultimately they'll purge all conservative voices from the platform as long as it stays headed in the left leaning liberal direction that it is. Anybody who's interested in natural law and family and traditional type endeavors, like, I know, Mary, you've experienced all of the horse shit. You've had tons of channels shut down just for doing research, just for being curious. And I find it sad to some extent, but yeah, what are you gonna do? And I'll have to get back in here and read this chat later. Guys, please come back in and give a basic synapse. Like, please come back to this video specifically. I'm on my knees begging you to come back to this video later today at some point and leave a comment. Say, hey Frank, don't take it so hard, man. Don't spiral into depression. Don't kill yourself with the bottle over it. It's not a big deal. I love you, brother. Or come back in and say, hey, fuck you, Frank. I think you're full of shit. I think you're a pansy little girl, and quit whining in your fucking beer about your goddamn channel. You're never going to have more than 500 subs because you're an idiot. Anything, go either way, but just come back and leave a comment. Or just come back in and, yeah, I'm asking you, that's your homework today. I know I hate giving, no, I don't. I like to give homework. I'm a teacher. I'm a fucking English teacher, and I'm giving you guys some homework. And I always said, like Mary, with you, I told you this too in the very beginning, sub me and I'll sub you back. Whatever you give me in terms of energy, I will reciprocate and give you an equal amount of energy in return. If you send me a paragraph comment, I'll return it with a paragraph or two. If you give me a thumbs up, I'll give you a thumbs up. I will reciprocate the amount of energy that I receive every fucking time in threefold, oftentimes more. I'll go above and beyond. I feel a little bit nervous pulling in here with a burning cigarette, but I feel like I've connected, 3 to 4 people. That's huge for me, man. That's huge. That's bigger than big. I'm creeping while you're sleeping. And I want to look at the chat a little bit before I head into work. And I left early enough. It's summertime now. In the summertime when the weather's fine, you got women on your mind. Have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what we can find. You guys know Mango Jerry in the summertime? I love that fucking song, man. If it starts to sound too much like commitment, I naturally run away. Yeah, I can feel that. You got that spirit of freedom. That's why. That's all right. I'm going to call everyone out. I'm going to give a shout out to everyone. Mary, come back later and leave a comment. Say something nice. So I don't fucking deteriorate and wither. I need your sunshine, Mary. Free gift from God, man. You've gone above and beyond, bro. You're a fucking warrior. I love you, man. I love you, brother. One day we're gonna fucking get some Bud Light beers, and we're just gonna fag out, bro. How's that sound? I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'd like to have a beer with you and practice some fucking magic under the full moon. We'll get do a live. I'm not going to say nothing else. I'm not going to say anything to get myself bad. Oh, and I love you too, you bearded bastard. Let's hang out one day and have a fucking beer in Ireland. I was going to come to Ireland this year. I was really hell bent on it. And then I got family shit back in the States that I have to attend to. And they're pushing the prices up to 30,000 yuan to fly round trip to the US. When I researched it and I tried to buy my ticket, it was 20,000 yuan, which is $2,500 for a round trip ticket US. And now it's up to $3,000 for a round trip ticket to the US right now. That's what they keep telling me. By the time my flight is scheduled to go, I'm going to end up paying 5,000 US dollars for a single round trip ticket to the United States from China. That's what they're forcing me to do. That's just for the flight ticket. Can you fucking believe that? They're basically telling me I'm not allowed to fly. Callie Karen, much love to you as well. I know you've been a bit of a troublemaker in the past, but you should never put old energy on a new person. So you come back later and leave a comment. If you come back later and leave a comment on this video, Callie Karen, then all grievances are permanently forgiven. Yeah. I think you're the one that got me shadow banned on Dark Journalist. I'm just fucking with you. That's everyone, man. I said hi to everyone that participated in the chat, I believe. Yeah. I'm not going to go too far back because there goes my fucking camera mount. That's okay. Let me set it up like this. Yeah, sorry I got into all my emotional horseshit this morning, guys, but that's life. You're living life, man. You're talking to a real living man with feelings. I've got feelings. I want love too. I want love. Business class? No, that's just regular fucking economy class. That's me hanging off the tail of the plane. They're like, hey, if you want to go to America, we'll sell you a ticket. It's going to be $5,000 and we'll put you down in the cargo hold with the dogs. But that's what it's going to cost you. Oh, Susan's out there. I love you too, Susan. Yeah, you tune in regularly, Susan, but that's because you're my mother. I would hope. I would hope that my mother would love me. But you never know. Some moms don't love their kids. Did you guys hear the story about that princess that was like, she was like a, I don't know what she was. She was like a princess in France, and they had like cordoned her off in her tower, and they threatened to kill her children if she didn't open the door to the tower or whatever. And she got out on the balcony of the tower and lifted her skirt. And she said, you said, you think those fucking people matter? I got this. I can make more kids. Go fuck yourselves. And I was like, yeah, that's the spirit of freedom right there. Don't let them threaten. You know, like YouTube's constantly threatening me. I'll shut down your channel. And it's like, bro, I made the channel. You know, I might have put 10 years of fucking heart into it and made I made about approximately 2,000 videos. I My first couple of strikes, I deleted 500 videos. This last time I tried to get in delete 1,000 videos, they wouldn't let me. And at the same time, I heard that all the guys on Reddit were deleting all of their user created content, and the CEO wouldn't let them. He's like, no, fuck you. That's not your content. Just because it's on your channel and you created it and you wrote it, and we've never given you a cent for it, it belongs to us. And so they've basically on the Funny or Die thing, they did the same thing. I created 200 videos of open mic stand up comedy, myself and other people, and they said you can download a couple of them, but we're keeping all of it, and it no longer belongs to you, and you can no longer access it. And so that's what they're doing. They're gathering this data, and then they'll occasionally, cut you off and pull it all in, and they're not deleting it. They're keeping it. It's helping them program the algorithms. It's helping them create deep fakes, and it's helping their speech engines. And they think that they're 100% in control of all of it, and I guess they are. I guess to some extent they are. But they're just gathering the old shit we've left behind. You got to focus on the future and realize you can go on, continue creating. It's like I create every day in the classroom. That's my job. I get paid the big dollars. I've got a real job. I just do this for fun. I'm not a YouTube content creator personality. It's just something I do for entertainment. It's something I do, like I said originally, to connect with community. Guys like Frank out in Jersey, guys with Miss Mary Moon in Canada, Owen in Ireland, Callie Karen out there in Californication, the Kingdom of California, Sandra Sue out there in the Tennessee Valley now, and I believe you're in Denver right now. And again, I think I've mentioned everyone. Monsieur Tiedrick, I loved him. He disappeared. He's gone and lost forever. Um, who's the other guy? The guy that used to cause trouble all the time. What was it? It was Andrew or something, or what was that guy's name that was a real funny dude? Um, I haven't been that far. I don't think Jersey to Europe is by far the ivory tower people. Yeah, who are all the people I'm missing? Nunu out in what is it, Idaho, Utah. Uh, You guys help me remember all the wonderful folks that have come in and out. Shout out to everyone, guys. Shout out to fucking Marlo in British Columbia, Victoria Island. Anthony, that was him. You remember. Good job, Susan. You pay better attention. See, you guys can watch the chat. You guys are enjoying the show. You're on the receiving end of this horse shit. I'm the one over here fucking running my mouth. Um, and I like it better when it's two-way. I like it better when, I can get Anthony on the show. I can get fucking Frank and Jersey on the show. I can get Thomas on the show. We get a couple of people in the chat room, ideas. Even Mary. One time, me and Mary had a middle of the night drunken video call. I don't think Mary wants me to talk about that though. Yeah. Owen. I've had Owen on the show. Owen Ryan out in Ireland, he's been on the show. Yeah, those are the fun times, man. Those are the weekend shows when I was allowed to live stream on the weekend. I'd like to do that again, man. Let's have a symposium this weekend. That would be good fun. I gotta run, guys. I'm way fucking behind the eight ball now. Yeah, that's right, Susan. Yeah, the $3,000 is what my round trip ticket's going to cost me. So for me and my son, it's going to cost us $6,000 now to fly to the U.S. But I'm going to do it. No matter how fucking high they make the price, I'm just going to go ahead and pay it. If they're going to charge me $10,000 to fly and come see my mom, who knows how many times I'm going to be able to see you again in this prime material plane. So fuck it. My wife keeps complaining. She's like, "Oh my God, flight tickets have gone up to $3,000 for a round trip ticket." I'm like, "Pay it. Fuck it. Who cares? Just fucking buy me my ticket, man." And it's not going to end there. It's going to end up costing me about 20 grand to come see you guys this year. But that's what it is, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do? Not do it? It's not inflation. No, it's just extortion. There is no such thing as inflation. The cosmos operates on the principle of great abundance. We've got more crude oil pumping than we've ever pumped before. We've got more production. Everything should be pennies on the dollar, and it's just a control grid. There's no way to explain it. There's no reality to it. It's Chicago school economics. It's extortion. That's all it is. It's just extorting the little man. Hunter Biden just flew in. You saw the presidential motorcade go by to pick him up. Everything's for free for him. They give him hundreds of millions of dollars every year to do nothing but be the president's son, you know, and smoke crack rock and screw hookers. And they'll even close the entire road for guys like that. So it's got nothing to do with any sense of reality. There's no explaining it. There's no fathoming it, and you just have to bow to the crown, beloved. I love y'all, good looking, sexy people out in Happy Land. I hope you have a wonderful day. If I had a canoe, I think I could paddle myself across the Pacific for a lot cheaper. I could probably walk from here across the Bering Strait into Alaska for cheaper than what they're charging me to fly. I think I could do it for free. I just set out and start walking. So even if they tried to block me ultimately economically, I still think that as a wanderer, I could just head out from this city with nothing, just my hat and fucking pair of shoes and walk home. So it's not like they could ultimately ever block me from doing it. My will is more powerful than the will. The will which is in me is more powerful than the will that is in the world. But yeah, it's not gonna be cheap. I love y'all, good looking sexy people. Have fun out in Happy Land. Until next time, ad astra per aspera, do good magic.